Okay, hello everyone. It's time for the last session of today, which is industry and practice. Hello. Hello everyone. It's time for the last session of today, and the session is about industry and practice. And I would like to invite our first speaker, Andreas Espinoza from CMR Core Lab, King Abdullah University of Science and Technology. And the title of his presentation is From ROVs to Smart Reefs, CMR's Journey Supporting Marine Research. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining, and thank you for Professor Eric for inviting us, Professor Shinkyu. Very glad to be here to receive this invitation on behalf of the Coastal and Marine Resources Core Lab. So today, I'm not going to go into a lot of technical details. More, I just wanted to show you guys what we do here, how we support research, all of our researchers, anything related to the marine environment. So that's our job. So this is, of course, our planet, water, right? 70% of it's covered by water. You could say it's continuously connected. And as humans, as a species, we've had a long-standing relationship with the ocean throughout history, using it as a source of food, transportation, and trade. So throughout our history, we've been learning from it. We've been observing the ocean. We've been following its coastlines, learning what food to eat, what winds we could use to travel, and subsequently expand as a species. Now we're again focusing in depth into the ocean. And it's also for necessity, but this time it's more to find a sustainable way to live with it, live here on Earth, live with the oceans in a sustainable manner. And here in KAUST, we have the Red Sea in our backyard. And I would say that the Red Sea, it is KAUST's biggest research asset. Just 1 second. And so the question is, why study the oceans, right? So again, 71% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. 80% of Earth's biodiversity is in the oceans. And there's still a lot of information that we don't know about it. Only 24% of the oceans have been mapped. And 15% of the known species worldwide are in the oceans as well. Also, it's close to our homes, where 40% of the population in the world live within 200 kilometers of its coasts. So it's very important that we understand the ocean. And us in Seymour, we appreciate and embrace the importance of facilitating the observation and measurement of marine environments and species in order to gain a in-depth understanding of it. So the Red Sea and its significance, in this case for KAUST specifically, well, four of the main pillars for KAUST in the research are food, water, energy, and environment. Related to food security, well, fisheries and maniculture production are very important for the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as we import 65% of its domestic fish, seafood annual supply. For water security, we consume 7 billion cubic meters of water daily, and 60% of it comes from water desalination. We are the largest producer of desalinated water in the world, with 22% of it. It is a critical shipping route. So 10% of Saudi crude oil exports travel through the Red Sea. And the shipping lane, it accounts for 75% of Saudi's import and export volume. For scientific discoveries, it's a natural lab. The Red Sea is a natural lab for studying ocean formations, as we've heard already from Professor Fraki. It has extreme habitats and extremophiles, and it's the limit of tropical species distribution. It is also, in the last few years, it's the source for future economy in the world. In Saudi Arabia, focusing on ecotourism and biodiversity. It's strategic to Saudi major projects like the Red Sea Development, NEOM, and Shusha Reefscape. All of these major projects, they take sustainability at its core. So it is the Red Sea, indeed a unique location. We find the drift in the center of the center ridge. We can find the deepest point, about 3,000 meters. At its widest point, it's about 250 kilometers, so 350 kilometers wide. At its narrowest point, up in the Gulf of Aqaba in the strait, is 13 kilometers wide, and it's roughly about 2,500 kilometers in length. So it's a big body of water that is still, there's still a lot of things that we want to learn from it. We can find habitats like brine pools, pristine reefs, and hydrothermal vents like you see over there in the corner. Some of the KAUST research that is enabling the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's Red Sea leadership are displayed here. In the Red Sea exploration discovery, we have new species of fish, coral, and microbes. These are found in brine pools and outwash lagoons, hydrocarbon vents. So we continue discovering new species and new features. We have the Red Sea conservation and restoration that is replenishing the oceans, the coral and megafauna. KAUST Coral Village, for example, which is only about 15 kilometers away from us. It's testing probiotic inventions, promoting the health of the corals. We are stewards of the Red Sea environment, baseline surveys, environmental monitoring, and managing human-marine interactions. Also wait for the National Center of Environmental Compliance and the Marine and Coastal Environment Initiative, and creating the virtual Red Sea modeling and prediction up in Shusha Island. We are working with Red Sea biotechnology and mariculture developments with enzyme bioproduction for PCR kit components, sustainable fisheries, nature-based carbon sequestration also from blue carbon solutions, mangrove forest and seagrasses, as well as maritime propulsions. That is the green solutions by KAUST, Aramco, Hyundai Heavy Industries, and NEOM Consortium. Now, CMR, we don't necessarily contribute to all of these, but we do have contributed to, I'd say, at least 50% of the research that's displayed there in one way or another. So let me show you how we contribute to these researchers. Okay. Okay. The original on YouTube has audio, but I'll just explain it to you. Oh, it stopped again. So we are part of the Core Labs. Core Labs has 12 different laboratories. CMR is one of them. And we are working with everything that's related to the marine environments. That goes from, not sure why it's stopping. So these are our 3 buildings. We have here on the right side, we have the aquariums. This is where we maintain, and all the aquariums and all the experimentation is done in labs. This is done here. Here in the center, we have our operations and engineering building. So this is where we maintain and prepare equipment that's being deployed out at sea. Down here at the end, you can see the RV Thule and the Azizi. Azizi is from a sister university that is docked here, but we have an agreement with them that they support us in our research as well. We have small vessels, and this is an expansion of the aquarium as well as a deep sea simulation lab. So these are some of the corals that are being bred and studied in the aquariums. As the RV Thule going out on cruises and performing bathymetry. It's strange, it's stopping. So this is for fisheries. This is a study that's from fisheries that's been going on for the last 4 or 5 years. This is to learn the type of fish that are better adapted to the Red Sea. These are fish that are not from the Red Sea necessarily, but we're trying to learn which fish are better adapted to this environment and which thrive or are better suited for fisheries here in the Red Sea. This is then taken up to large-scale fisheries. All right. So this is inside the aquarium labs. This specific laboratory, it has a breeding program for clownfish.
Just 1 second, saying, by the way, we are arranging for visits of these facilities to take place on Wednesday morning and afternoon. So for those of you who are interested. On the diving. This is parallel with the diving, and then the afternoon parallel with some of the sessions.
Tomorrow we'll take names of who's interested in joining that walk. So this is a successful breeding program of fishery of clownfish that we have here in our lab. These are deep sea corals that were brought to the surface about 8 years ago, and we brought them from about 800-meter depth. And we kept them since then in our laboratories. Very interesting, very cool little creatures. So this is our deep sea simulator. So in this vessel, we can simulate pressure and temperature down to Marianas Trench pressure and temperature as well. Here we're doing ballasting and some deployments of ROVs. It's a larger ROV, water sampling, glider deployments, and bathymetry studies as well. So we also support with foreign ships that come to study the Red Sea. In this case, it was the Caladan Oceanic for the 5 Deeps expedition, where they went down to the deepest points on Earth. They traveled down to the deepest point here in the Red Sea, along with one of our engineers. And we work also with industry partners, in this case, Fugro, who have set up an ROV training center, ROV pilots training center here in our facilities. Safety trainings also conducted by Frank Mallon back there. And we have other partners in the government as well, like the Aviation Investigation Bureau, where we performed exercises with them to try to find, locate the black boxes. So this is Lloyd Smith, our director. As well, we also do scientific diving training. So all the work that we do for diving in Seymour is scientific diving, and we do training for scientists as well. So we consider ourselves a one-stop shop for marine research. As you saw there, we can make use of ships, small vessels, aquariums, diving, scientific equipment deployable for underwater, engineering, and trainings. So that's how we try to support our faculty. Some general facts about Seymour. So we are 51 staff across 4 divisions, and our mission is to provide state-of-the-art facilities, expertise, and training in the ocean science, marine instrumentation, scientific diving, and wet lab experimentation. So those are the 4 domains that we work with and we try to excel at. This is the team, and we have an integrated services across Seymour, where the marine operations that work directly with the users, they either take them to the sea to collect their samples, bring their samples back into the aquariums, where the aquarium team, experimentation team, they help set up the laboratories for their testing. The LSS team, or life support team, they provide all the crucial water and clean water, temperature, etc., is necessary to maintain the samples. And for the engineering team, we work with both the LSS and the operations, as well as the experimentation aquarium, in preparing equipment, designing some of the items that they might need in their experiments. And we also work with the researchers as well directly. Just one more people, it's the whole team and the leads. So we have Lloyd Smith, our director at the center. Upper left, Haitham Al-Jatli, that's the supervisor of marine operations. Myself to the right, supervisor of marine engineering, Marisha Tando, she's engagement and projects lead. Paul Mueller, supervisor of the aquatic LSS. Dr. Zen Ambatang, supervisor of research support and aquariums. And Narine, which is our diving safety officer, recently joined KAUST. Let me take you back a little bit, back to 2008, CMR. So we were the first core lab, the first one of the labs was here. And CMR started in Haitham's house in Thule, a town that's right next to us. You can see there in the upper left corner, that was the first laboratory that we set up using small vessels and deploying moorings with sensors, doing inspections on ships. Also, since we did not have back then a research vessel, we would hire a research vessel. In the case that is shown there, it is the Aero from our Greek partners. And with their ROV, we were able to collect the deep sea corals that you can see there. You see there, they have the bioluminescence as well. They're really, really cool to see. Tomorrow, if you guys get a chance, they're very nice to see. So some of our major accomplishments. So we've had several of them. First, we had the first discovery of cold seeps in the Red Sea. These cold seeps, they can be introduced by methane, or they can be also by the salt glaciers within the layers. We also had the first discovery of deep sea corals in the Red Sea, and the successful collection and maintaining them. Again, the gear that you see at the top, the sample collector, was also designed here in Seymour. And we also did the first discovery of hydrocarbon seeps in the Red Sea. So we did the mapping and we found the brines, the location of the brine pools, and subsequently found the first hydrocarbon seeps. So we're constantly working with different researchers, also with different partners. At the moment, we have a cruise going on with JAMSTEC. That's a Japanese Institute of Technology. They are out there right now performing similar tasks. Can't show photos yet because the work has not been completed or published. But once they come back and we get approval, we can share some of the photos. Other major accomplishments, we have the aquaculture development project. As I mentioned before, this was regarding the fisheries and finding the best fish suited for the area, and the coral maritecture project. So this coral maritecture project is the inspiration for the coral nursery project at NEOM, where they're going to take what we did on a small scale and they're going to make it in a much, much larger scale. So for a lot of the work that we do with robotics, it's with Seagliders. So we do the preparation of the Seagliders, troubleshooting, maintenance, deployment. Seymour does not currently do, we used to do the piloting, but now that's being handled by the Red Sea Department. But it's, let me show you some of the work that we do with these gliders. We used to have 6 of these units. Slowly, they've been either picked off by a fisherman or attacked by sharks. So the glider will go down with its sensors. It's a very cool way that it does to go up and down the water column, essentially by moving weight and moving oil from a bladder that creates buoyancy and removes it. So we send the gliders for about 2 or 3 months at a time. They go out into the Red Sea on a specific track, and they do this for 2 to 3 months, so we can monitor over that time what are the conditions, what are the conditions that are changing in that time frame. We also work with other partners from the private sector. This is Ocean Aero. This is their Triton USV, and Shelf Subsea is their operator and their owner as well. So the Trident USV is here in our lab, and the agreement that we have with them is that we rent the vehicle, but however, we can customize it according to our needs. So we can make changes, we can add sensors, we can learn from it. So this is the type of collaboration that we look for in private partners, where they allow us to learn from their unit and make improvements on it. So this is a recent trip that we had with the Trident USV for mapping. We'll have again another one next week. We will be doing some mapping again, but also we'll be installing an ADCP to measure its currents, the current speed and directions as well. To ROV, or remotely operated vehicles. So in our stock, we have a small Falcon observation class. It's a Falcon ROV. We can go down to 1,000 meters, but with this ROV, we performed quite a bit of work and also very important. So we've been able to locate also brine pools. We've been able to locate coal seeps. It's very difficult to take samples with this ROV, so we're looking to the next stage, but we have been able to do very good science with it. Quick sample of bringing up a sample from a seep. Also, the claw in that arm was designed and built here in KAUST specifically to be able to grab and cut at the same time. So we work with other departments here in KAUST to facilitate, again, the research. Basically, we try to build what we need. So what are we working on right now and working towards the future? We're working to replace our ROV with a more capable ROV, one that can take us down to at least 2,000 meters, be able to collect more samples for the researchers, that being sediment, rocks, coral, and the control. We're also very interested in the control of this ROV, as this ROV allows us to control it from shore. So we can troubleshoot, but also control from shore. We're also participating or collaborating with faculty in the development of an AUV. This is just this is a Remus, actually, the one that we have here as well. But the collaboration that we are working with the faculty is we're trying to figure out what do we need in an AUV? What do we want to create? And from there, we started working together and developing, testing, and improving from there. So this is just starting now. We're really excited about it. This project, the Marine Observation Network, this is dear to my heart. It's basically, we're trying to create a time series collection of data for reefs to monitor all the variables, or as many variables as we can from the reefs. Essentially, we want to have sensor nodes that can be deployed at different parts of the reefs, different depths, and we want to deploy them to continuously collect the data. We believe that having the time series data and being able to track long-term the behavior and what's either helping or affecting the reefs, having that time series data is really, really important to find certain events. Say we have one event that we have either an improvement or something's going wrong, but we can go back in time. We can see what is that issue. We try to find it across that. So this system would be able to have different sensor nodes communicating at the beginning acoustically with a center station and this platform, see it on the right side. The system would also be able to communicate with autonomous vehicles, and it would have a test bed. The idea of the test bed is to test new technologies like docking for our AUVs, videos, testing materials, testing sensors. So this is a project that we've started working on. We're starting to do some tests, and we are looking for more support in the future to grow this. We believe this type of systems are crucial to be able to maintain the well-being of the environment of the reefs. So we're also working on the RV Thule replacement. This is a 50-meter research vessel that we are already working with a designer and the process of hopefully soon to start building. So we expect delivery by mid-2026. This will allow us to do a lot more work that we can do with the current RV Thule. We can go anywhere in the Red Sea. We can reach the full ocean depth, deploy ROVs, deploy AUVs, heavy equipment, dredging. So a lot of the way that we identified what we needed to have in this vessel, and along with the other vehicles like the ROV, we hold talks with the researchers. We have workshops, and we try to hear from them, what do they need? What are their pains and aches? What would they like to see? And from there, we try to find what's the best solution for them. This vessel was deemed the best solution for our application here in the Red Sea. Have a video of it, but I don't think we have time for that video. Just another thing that we're working on right now is also the life support system upgrade. The LSS upgrade will allow us to have a enhanced water quality for researchers, redundancy in the equipment, better maintainability of the facility, system reliability, basically trying to make it fail-proof as much as we can, installed heating capacity, and meet AAA-LAC accreditation as well. So CMR as member of the global community, we're part of the Marine Technology Society. We're part of the Pink Flamingo Society, IRSO. And we work with other partners as well, like NEOM, Jamstec, Azizi. So we work with several partners, trying to learn from them, but also support them the best we can. Essentially, we try to look for win-win situations. And by being member of a global community, we also have access to more information, more development of our personnel, but also the younger generations that will be the next generation of engineers and scientists in Saudi. Some of the areas that we see as potential areas of interest for the future or our future growth, they're divided into infrastructure, innovation, management, and people training. I'll just go over a few. Some of them we're already working on. For infrastructure, we have the new research vessel, the marine testbed, the marine observation network, marine data and knowledge, storage and management facilities. These are all areas that we're working with researchers already on some of them. On others, we see them as areas of opportunities for us to grow. On the innovation, we would like to work on a marine innovation hub, basically bringing in companies and people interested in creating ideas for the marine environment. Spin out and startup programs, marine industry network. On management side, we're trying to figure out what's the best way to manage all of our assets, internal supply chain processes, marine permitting with the government, marketing, etc. And for people training, this is really crucial for us. So our team training the next generation of Saudi engineers and scientists is crucial. The need for this knowledge is very high right now. With NEOM, Red Sea project, all these different projects, everybody's looking for this knowledge, and there isn't enough. So what we're doing to do that, we joined MTS, and through MTS, we opened the MTS Red Sea Chapter. So today is actually the kickoff for the MTS Red Sea Chapter. And what MTS does, the Marine Technology Society, it's, as it says here, premier covenant and steward for the global marine technology and innovation community. They promote awareness, understanding, and advancement of the application of marine technology. And the idea is to bring together businesses, institutions, professionals, academics, and students, all who have an interest in the oceans and its technology. So this way, by creating a central channel of communication, everything related to marine technology, and training the new generations, we believe that we'll be able to satisfy the needs of the country as well. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.